Hello. So if you have your popcorn or your drink, just go and bring it. Cause it's Friday night and I'm about to give you guys hot gist of what happened to me in the labor room. You know now, my name is Real Life with Akoma. So I'm going to make sure that I give you the real, that's a no sugar coating, the real gist. So if you know you're a new or you're an expectant mom or you're single or you're pregnant or you just want to hear gist of what happens in the labor room, oh yeah, continue watching and share to your friends. Okay, so I had my second daughter, and then after 3 months, I found out I was pregnant again. That one is story for another day. I'm going to be telling you guys that story another day. But today, what I want to just gist you guys is how the whole labor thing started, and just let me just start gisting ahead. So I was 38 weeks gone, no sign of labor. 39 weeks, no sign of labor. 40 weeks, no sign of labor. I was worried because a previous CS mom, I had my first daughter with CS. And if you've had CS before, your doctors would always tell you they're not going to induce you. You know that hot drip they usually give people. They're not going to give you. So you just have to labor on your own, go into labor naturally. So I was a little bit worried because if I don't go into labor naturally, no, naturally, that would mean a second, a third, another CS. Do you get? So I've had one CS before, but not that there's anything wrong with having a CS, But I just the recovery of CS for me was very, very difficult. It was very difficult. So I maybe I was a little bit scared of going under the knife again. Not that there's anything wrong with it. Okay, so now when as of 40 weeks now, no sign of labor, nothing, nothing. I told my mom that I want to just go to the hospital and do a CS, that I'm tired of waiting. I told my husband, I told my sister, and everybody was like, just calm down now, don't worry, you will go into labor. Ha. I said, okay, let me calm down. Then my mom said, if I should wait for extra 4 or 5 days and nothing happens, then we can go and do an elective CS. And then I told my doctor. My doctor said the same thing, that we should just give it extra 7 days. That is plus or minus 2 weeks, blah, blah, blah. I should just give extra 7 days and I'll fall into labor. So I said, okay, no problem. Let me wait. Sisters, as I was waiting, hey, God, I got tired of carrying the pregnancy. I was already tired at that point. I now went on YouTube. I just saw one Oyibo woman doing exercise. And then you see this very tough exercise. She was squatting her legs. She was doing her. I say, okay. I now said, let me join and do the exercise with her. So as I was doing the exercise, after the exercise, I was very weak. I just went, had my bath, and went to bed. In the middle of the night, or is it morning, early morning, by 2 a.m., I still having contractions. My water didn't break, no mucus plug, nothing. I just still having contractions. So my contractions were still about 30 minutes or 1 hour apart. And I told my husband, babe, see what's happening. Oh, you like say this pikin don't ready. And then he was like, okay, should we start going now? I said, no, in the morning, we'll start going. Once it's like daybreak, we'll start going. So I woke up in the morning, just put myself together. I had already cooked and stocked up my freezer. So everything was in order. So I just just put my kids together, took them to my mother-in-law, and then I and my husband, we started going to the hospital. Okay, before then, I told my mother-in-law that, hey, that I think I'm in labor already and I'm contracting, I'm having contractions. And she was like, oh yeah, rush to the hospital, rush, 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 start going to the hospital. And then me, she I told my husband that I want to go to the market. I don't want to go to the hospital now. Because from my previous experience, if I go to the hospital, they'll just tell me I should lie down on the bed. They're not going to induce me. And my labor would, it would take time because no induction. I just have to labor naturally and calmly. So I just told my husband I want to go to the market. He was like, market? My dear, that's how I was able to, wash his head, convince him. Oh, yeah, he just took me to the market and just dropped me there. That's how I started buying things, just impulse shopping. I went to go and buy one chair. I don't know if you guys know that chair that my daughter uses to eat. Hey, there's one chair. Go and watch that video. You see that chair? That was the day I bought it. That day I went to the market. I bought that chair. And what else did I buy? I was just buying things I was using to bake. Even some things I use now for like my baking and content creating. All those whisks and all those. It was even that day I bought it too. I was just buying impulse, just buying things. And then when I was done, it was already like 5 p.m. Like I was just walking around the market. Oh, if I walk to this person's shop, I will go here, sit down, walk to this. I was just walking around. And in between time, I was having my contractions were beginning to come closer from like 1 hour apart. It was now like 45 minutes. And I was timing it. I was like, okay, once my contractions get to 15 minutes apart, I'll start going to the hospital. So as it was still happening, it was not like 30 minutes apart for 15 minutes apart. My mother-in-law started calling me, my mom, everyone was calling me. So me, I know what to answer because every day would chase me to the hospital. So okay, eventually I answered, and then my husband now came to pick me. And that was around 5 p.m. in the evening. When I went to the hospital, the nurses now checked me, they examined me. Please, I want to ask those women that have given birth outside Nigeria, that's do they examine you people? Because me, I don't know. It's like this one they used to examine in Nigeria is different. That thing is painful. It's really, really painful. And I don't know if it's just Nigeria thing or if that's how it is generally. It was so painful. So when the nurse now checked me, she was like, that I'm 5 cm gone, oh, that I should go and bring my bag out from the car, I'm not going home again, oh, hey, that I'm in labor. I already knew what to expect. So I just went, brought my bags, you know, and then I called my mom, and my mom just landed. My mom now came to the hospital, and when she now came, the nurses now told me I should go and have my bath and go and eat. That's, it's about to be a war. So I went to go have my bath. So after having my bath, I now started eating. Okay, no, I ate first. Yes, I ate 1st. So I'm going to put up a video of me when I was eating. That's me there. Here, so I was eating the rice. So and now after I was done eating, then what else? I now went to have my bath, and then they checked me again around 10 p.m. and I was still 5 cm gone. And because previous CS mom, they're not going to induce me, else you might be at risk of something they call uterine rupture. Mhm. So I was just there. The other women will come in, they will just induce them before 1 hour, they don't born. And that person will come in before 1 hour, she has given birth. So me, I was just there. At the point, I was even helping the women that were in labor. I was massaging their waist. While me, I was even 5 cm gone. So eventually, when she checked me around 10 p.m., nothing. I was now, I just relaxed. Like, I had done all the exercise. I had climbed the staircase. I just started dancing. I was just dancing and just playing, gisting with my mom, laughing. We just went to the hospital lounge. We were just gisting and eating. And laughing. So my mom was like, she wants to go and sleep, oh, that she's tired, that she's going to go and sleep, and that me, when the labor starts very well, I should call her. I said no wahala. So my mom was just sleeping, she was resting. Then I slept off. Immediately it was 2 2 a.m. That's the morning, that's the next day. I started to have contractions. My contractions were no longer like 30 minutes or 1 hour apart. It was now like 10 minutes apart. Hi! I was I don't know. I don't think labor pain is something anyone can explain to you. It's not really something they can say with mouth. I remember one time, one of my cousins, when she had her first child, that was like in 2019 or 18. Then me, I was still in school and all. So she was like, I asked her how was the labor. And do you know what she told me? She told me that was the most painful thing she has ever experienced in her life. So me, I just took it as well, pain differs. My pain threshold might be different. Hmm. Hmm. Hey, I don't like to remember it. I don't like to remember it. Okay, so eventually the labor started. My contractions were now about, say, 5 minutes apart, or no, 10 minutes apart by 2 a.m. And I was contracting. The nurse checked me again. She was like, I'm 7 cm. And I was on that 7 cm dilated 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m. The nurse came again and checked and said, that I'm almost due, but I should go and take my bath again. Last, like, you should go and have your bath in the morning again. I said, okay. I could not even walk. I could not stand. I was like, which kind of wicked nurse is this? How will you tell me I should go and have my bath? No, she's not wicked. Though. I'm just joking. But for real, like, I was like, how will you tell me I should go and have my bath when I'm in this kind of pain? And she was like, I just said, okay. I just dragged myself. I just poured water. My mom was there. She just helped me somehow. I sha know water touched my body. And I came out. Do you know what mommy told me? Mommy told me, "Ne tetu no bere powder, kirugi potato." I say, I just looked at her. I eyed her from head to toe. I never even remember she was my mom. The eye I gave her that day. I just said I should rub powder when I'm in this kind of pain. You can imagine. So eventually now, I was just screaming, and at a point I became numb. I couldn't scream again. I couldn't shout. I was tired. I was in so much pain. Like, I had labored for long. My contractions were now about 2 minutes apart. It was like fire. Hi. So when it was like 6 o'clock, yes, 6 a.m. in the morning, The nurse came again and she was like, ah, you're due, you're due. Oh yeah, let's move to the labor room. And then my water had not broken. No. I was just mucus plug. My water did not break. So she was like, we're going to help and we're going to rupture your membrane, something like that. She now brought one syringe, and she just and and then eventually my water broke and it was time to push. So in the process, at that point I was tired already. I had labored for long. I was just like, I was really tired. And she was like, let's just try, let's just try. And then I was pushing for about, say, 15, 20 minutes. I was still pushing. And somehow the baby wasn't just coming. Okay. I kept trying and trying. And then at the point, the nurse was like, ah, what are we going to do now? The nurse now called my mom. I said, see, she's fully dilated. Look at the baby's head is almost here. Please, you people should help me talk to her. Let her try. Let her try. At that point, I was tired. See, guys, see, all I know is that at that point, I knew that I needed something bigger than my strength, to help me. At that point, I just said, God, my strength has failed me. Please, just come and help me. And the nurse was like, please, we don't want your baby to go into distress. We might have to rush you to the theater now. And, just try this one last time. And your baby is no longer in a good position. Just give it one last push. Just try, just try. And then in the process, I didn't use my energy again. That was God. Yes, that was God. It wasn't me, because I know that that point I was already weak. I was tired. My body was tired. And then I just tried with my last energy, and oh, my baby came out. And that was when everybody now started screaming. They called my mom, my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law was outside. She was praying. Everybody, they now called my husband. Everyone was now happy. Baby has come. They cleaned her up. Just did all the necessary things. And then before they wheeled me back to my room, I just gave you guys a very brief version of this, my labor room drama. But what I just want you to understand is that labor is not easy, and everyone's body differs. So you don't know how yours might be. Don't be scared because of my own story. Yours might be different though. Yes, another thing I want to be talking about some other time would be um, vaginal delivery or CS. Which one do I prefer, or which one do I think is better? Because I've had the two of them. So I can tell you this is the one that is easier, this one is easier. I can just tell you everything about it. So that's going to be in another video. So today, I really hope you guys enjoy this video. Now, next week, I want to touch a topic that is very, 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 very sensitive, which is self-esteem. Self-esteem in a lot of women is a thing. Honestly. I just realized that a lot of women are walking around and they don't even know their worth. You don't even know, hey, there are two sides of this self-esteem thing. There's the negative side, which is like ego. Not really, let's say ego. When your ego is bloated, you feel you're better than everybody, superiority complex. And then there's another side where you're low, where you just hide yourself. I really, really want to talk about that self-esteem issue. Every woman needs to have a very healthy self-esteem. See, if you leave me, I'll start talking about it now. Let me just save that video for some other time. And if this is kind of content you like, follow, share, and like. Make sure you share to people. It's not when you finish enjoying my gist, you will not share to anybody. Share to people so other people can watch and learn and be happy. Bye.